Nick, just
What's up, everybody?
Oh, I thought you were actually starting it.
Someone's got it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jeff Pavlak. He's Nick Ramirez. We're sitting here to talk about some really promising news for the DCU. Just announced recently that the DCU has its own Kevin Marvel, or Kevin Marvels, I should probably say, right?
Yeah, we got two of them.
We got John Berg and the legendary Jeff Johns running the show now. What is your first takeaway from this?
Fills me with hope.
Yeah, I think so too.
A cinematic universe that ties in all these different properties. It needs someone running the show. Kevin Marvel, we had Joss Whedon for a little bit with the MCU. We saw the success that has. You need someone who's going to tie these properties together, but also be respectful to the independent creators. And I think these are two guys who really have the potential to make this something beautiful and something magical that we deserve.
Right. If someone understands DC's characters, it's Jeff Johns.
Yes.
Any character the guy takes, he seems to find a way to add layers of depth to their background, their origins. He gives them meaningful story arcs that have lasting impact on the character. The guy's phenomenal.
Well, look what he did with Green Lantern and Aquaman. Two
Right.
characters that were largely, relegated to jokes or only known from the cartoons for the longest time. They're cool characters.
Right.
We know this as fans, but the general public, was like, the guy can be beat by Yellow for Green Lantern.
Or
Aquaman, you take him out of water, he's pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
And he brought them back to that cool aspect, the greatest parts of their characters. The Green Lantern Corps and the whole idea of these space police. And with Aquaman, he's protecting his people, and that is where his priority is.
Jeff Johns almost single-handedly changed the way that fans look at Aquaman with his run on the series.
I think he absolutely did change it.
Right.
He made him the dangerous, powerful character that he is. He's someone who can go toe-to-toe with Superman.
He is, really.
And people forgot that. They just thought he was the guy who talked to fish.
Jeff Johns also did The Flash. He did an amazing run with Superman.
Yeah.
The Brainiac story arc is one of the very best Superman stories you'll ever read in comics. Hawkman, the list just goes on and on what this guy is taking care of. That's easily the best choice that DC could have for these movies.
The one concern I do have is that he is primarily a comic book writer.
Right.
And we saw with Marvel, with the MCU, as successful as it was, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes problems with the Marvel Creative Committee, which is largely made up of comic book writers, and them interfering in the production side, in the movies, and it led to some missteps that, while those still enjoyable films, you wonder what could have been if these guys hadn't been involved. And luckily, Kevin Feige got rid of them. We got Civil War out of it. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll have that problem with Jeff Johns.
Right.
He has done TV. He's done
That's
film
true,
as
right.
well. So he knows the differences between the mediums. You have to pay proper homage to the source material. You have to keep those elements of the characters that we love. At the same time, you can't tell the story exactly like you do in the comic. You have to know where to adjust for the very different way the film tells the story.
One thing he's been especially good at is not so much recreating, but making a new origin for the character, but staying true to their history. Which is, obviously what you're going to have to do with the DCU, because this is a whole new take on these DC superheroes.
It's a brand new world, and
right.
We've already seen how different Superman and Batman are in it. Wonder Woman we've gotten a brief glimpse of, but, the fact that she's immortal is already very different.
Little bit different.
But he definitely I feel like he'll definitely be able to stay true to the heart of these characters, because he's written all of them, so he knows what we as fanboys want. And I think he respects that, and he's going to keep that heart to it. I really hope he does, at least.
I do too.
So,
the other guy then in this tag team is John Berg, someone who has a great resume in his hands. He's worked with Affleck on Argo. He's also already contributed to the Wonder Woman standalone movie and Suicide Squad, the two films in the DCU that really seem promising in a way that Batman vs. Superman did not.
Yeah.
So John Berg obviously knows what he's doing too. He's got a great resume to back him up.
If Ben Affleck trusts him, I trust him.
That's a very
Ben
good point.
Affleck's a very good filmmaker. Mm-hmm. I don't care what anyone says about his acting. I know he did Daredevil. God help me. But
hey, everyone has a misstep. It happens.
But then you see his films. The Town and Argo and such, and they're amazing films.
Argo was an amazing movie.
Incredible.
So the fact that John Berg had something to do with that tells you that this guy's got some filmmaking chops.
He's got to be good.
He is.
So I think that this is the best direction that the DC film world can go.
Right.
I think that this is going to, hopefully lead to much more promising films, much more promising shared universe for these movies.
If you're building an entire universe of, multiple, probably, at some point, dozens of films, you got to have a couple guys watching over the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can't just have a free-for-all. You got to have, that one type of logic, one type of view on this. You can't just let everyone throw their opinions and thoughts at it and just see what happens.
At the same time, you need to be willing to let the individual filmmakers,
True.
the director, craft his story. But you need to tell him, like, all right, you can't do this with this character because we're doing this with this character. I think that's crucial. You just got to make sure that you're not so hands-on that it becomes producer-driven film.
Let's just hope for the best, man. Let's just hope for the best.
Hope for the best.
Obviously, we're excited. We really want to know what you guys are thinking, too. So, get us on social media. Where are you on Twitter, by the way?
I am at dare_2_geek.
Awesome, dude. I am at Jeffrey Paz. Visit us on our YouTube page, all of our social media channels for the Geekiverse. We can't wait to see what happens. Jeff Johns, we know you're not going to let us down. No way in hell. No way in hell.
Yeah. Tweet us, Jeff.
Conroy would be awesome.
It would be.
I would like to see that.
One can dream, man.
Yeah. Dreaming done.
I'm really happy for Affleck too, because Affleck seemed like he was really, really happy with this role as Batman.
He seems to be enjoying himself.
He does. He seems to be very engaged in the role. He seems to really care about the character, the DC universe, and that means something when you're taking on the role of director and actor at the same time. You can't do both of those at the same time if you're not passionate about this source material.
I agree completely, and I think that's showing a little bit.